You guys know what time it is. That's right, it is Patch Notes Day, my dudes. This is it. This is the big one you've all been waiting for. Squad 6.0 is going live, and I've literally just got my grubby little mitts on the patch notes fresh off the press. And for those of you who have been living under a rock, yes, this is the Infantry Combat Overhaul update. There's a lot to cover in this video, so I will do my best to condense it down for you all, as I don't want this being a 2-hour long video. But before we do get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button to make sure you never miss a squad update, and for more squad guides and gameplay. Righto, let's smash our way through this. The main focus of this update is to completely overhaul the infantry gameplay loop for squad. I have been covering this extensively for months, and I am super excited to see this finally go live. For those of you who somehow have missed all of this, the purpose of the infantry combat overhaul has made massive changes to suppression, gunplay, movement, and added in picture-in-picture scopes. As OWI states, the purpose of the infantry combat overhaul is to create a more fun, immersive, authentic, unique, teamwork-orientated combat experience possible. Their main goals for this were to increase the amount of teamwork needed to win a fight, create more meaningful trade-offs between different factions, weapon types, and optics, to keep the game fun for new and experienced players, whilst mitigating the amount of punishment new players experienced whilst learning the game. Well, I mean, on that last point, if everyone watched my guides, you'll be straight up chads. So, onto the main things that has been changed. The suppression effect has been completely reworked to become more immersive and become a more usable tool by making suppressive fire an actual viable tactic. There are different levels of suppression that include different effects, and now when you get suppressed, your priority is to find safe cover rather than trying to immediately return fire. Picture-in-picture sights have been added to all infantry optics in-game. Instead of zooming in your whole screen, which is very 2013, now only your optic is magnified, which really does help create a more immersive environment. Most marksman and sniper kits have a variable magnification toggle, as well as the Australian LCAM. OWI also states that the field of view follows real-life measurements. Next up is the changes to gunplay, and this is a pretty big one. All weapons have had their basic handling extensively reworked. Recoil, sway and misalignment has been rebuilt for Squad 6.0, in which semi-auto is much more reliable than full auto. Basically, you have to think about what you are doing and generally just slow down rather than trying to full auto beam someone who's 400 yards out. Now bear in mind, I have glossed over that pretty drastically. Different weapon types have different attributes and trade-offs, and they state that magnified optics will not be the best choice for every situation. And I will admit, from doing all of the playtests, I did find myself using irons and hollows a lot more than I normally would, and normally was never. Movement has been changed. You move about 20% slower than before, but footsteps are also louder, meaning you do actually feel a bit more grounded. This has been done to put more emphasis on using vehicles or working with armoured squads to move from point to point, rather than playing typical running simulator, which no one enjoys. And the height in which you vault over has been lowered. You now need a buddy to get over the high walls, and you can no longer Spider-Man jump off of buildings and catch yourself before you fall to your death. A few other additional things thrown in with this update. In your squad list in the bottom left of your screen, you now have a proximity indicator. This basically lets you know who in your squad is within 50 meters of you. Perfect for those squad leads who love smashing that kick button. Name tags will now only appear when you have direct line of sight between you and that blueberry you're about to team kill. They have added a scope image clarity option to the settings menu, which I will get into towards the end of this video. Canadian reloads have been adjusted to be more true to life, and any vehicle that holds ammo has a 3D icon indicating to everyone that you can in fact reload from any vehicle in game, so long as it actually has ammo. Fellow AT enjoyers, I am sorry that your secret trick of ammo stowage has now been let out to the public. Right, onto bug fixes, and I will start with a big one. Players will no longer get stuck in queue when the server they are queuing for changes map, and the running man bug has been fixed. Players no longer get stuck inside of certain vehicles when they try to exit them. Helicopter settings no longer reset on game launch. and players can now exit HMG bunkers as intended. Now, there's a whole bunch of map updates which mainly revolves around vehicle balancing across most of the layers used in Squad. There's far too many for me to mention, but as I will be putting a link to the patch notes in the description down below, you can go and check that out for yourself. Now, before we get into the final bit, I just want to say that as soon as this update drops, I will be streaming over on Twitch on my Squad server, Dead on Dismount. So, if you are stuck at work, you can still see all the changes, and for those of you who are able to play, you're more than welcome to come and join me on my server. Link to the Dead on Dismount Discord will be on screen now, and my Twitch link is in the description down below. I look forward to seeing you there. Right, so to wind this up, there are a few known issues, and OWI has put the following. We are aware of an issue that can cause the view seen through a picture-in-picture scope to be blurred for players using anti-aliasing or FSR. The severity of the blur is impacted by the FSR and resolution settings being used, so it may not look the same for each player who encounters it. The cause of this issue is very complex, but we are hard at work to address this issue. To mitigate this issue, we've implemented a scope image clarity option in the settings menu. There are two options to choose from: prioritize clarity in scopes. This setting makes the image sharper, but may also produce visual artifacts and cannot be used with FSR. This works by temporarily disabling anti-aliasing when aiming with a scope, meaning that players using this option may encounter jagged edges whilst aiming. This is the option that is enabled by default and is ideal for players who want to prioritize a clear and accurate view through their scopes. Prioritize anti-aliasing in scopes. This setting smooths jagged edges, reduces visual artifacts, and makes it possible to use FSR, but may result in the blurry image described above. This option is ideal for players who want to prioritize anti-aliasing and FSR, or are not bothered about the level of blur they're experiencing. Feel free to give both options a try to see what works best for you. We appreciate your understanding and patience as we work to get this resolved as quickly as possible. We are also aware that name tags do not appear when looking through picture-in-picture scopes. This is a temporary mitigation for a problem we found during development. Name tags appear to be offset from their intended location whilst looking through picture-in-picture scopes. We have decided to remove them for now and will update you on any further adjustments to the name tag system in the future. And that's it. Don't forget that the Squad SDK will also be pushed to 6.0, so expect your favourite mods to have some downtime whilst they're updated. Oh, and remember to save your key bindings by using the Save Keybind preset button, and keep in mind that a lot of this is still subject to tweaks, adjustment and balancing. If it's your first time trying out this update, or you want a little bit of a head start, then I highly recommend you watch this video here. Don't forget to subscribe for more Squad guides, gameplay and updates. Thank you all for watching, take care, and I'll see you on my next video, my server, or in my stream tomorrow. Good night.